So Nintendo Switch sales are down by about 33% in Japan compared to a similar time last year, and that is due to the good old supply shortage. So specifically, Nintendo has a problem with the shortage of the chip materials that, among others, include the Bluetooth chips used in the controllers, as well as some analog chips used in power delivery, and there's probably a whole bunch of other ones as well. Now, negotiations, they say, are underway to secure the required parts. Obviously, that is a pretty big deal, as they're just essentially losing money. But the really impressive thing that I noticed is that they have sold over 107 million Nintendo Switches as of March this year. Comparing that to Sony and Microsoft, the PS5 has sold over 20 million units so far, and the Xbox Series X/S have sold over 14 million units so far, whereas the Nintendo Switch is over 107 million at this point, which is, it's crazy because I would never think a handheld mobile portable gaming system would outsell the PS5 and the Xbox. Now, supply shortage definitely, is playing a strong role in this. As like if you want to buy a PS5 or an Xbox, it is still pretty problematic. I covered this story a few weeks ago at this point about how Sony is ramping up PlayStation 5 production, but it's still hard to get your hands on these consoles. So yeah, it seems that Nintendo is going to do their best to try and secure the parts, but they are competing with basically everyone else. Of course, you have the direct competitor in the form of Sony's PlayStation 5, but you also have to compete with all the smartphone manufacturers, with all the card manufacturers, because everyone's low on chips. I mean, Ford had a huge problem with a bunch of their cars being completely finished just without the chips, and then I think after a few months they were just like, yeah, hey, these cars are new, they've been sitting here for like half a year doing nothing because we don't have enough chips for them, so you can buy them now and you can bring them back in like a year, and we'll put the rest of the chips in there. So for now you're just not gonna have like radio and AC and steering wheel and seat heating and all the fancy stuff like that in your brand new expensive car. So, supply shortage affecting everyone. It is what it is. I just thought it was super interesting how robust Nintendo's supply chain has been so far, and how absolutely monstrously they have outsold Sony and Microsoft.